Morning. It's another beautiful day here in Las Vegas. It's overcast, no blue skies, but I know they're up there. Last night was nice. We're having a great week. My mom surprised me with hopping in the morning. Got my local favorite cup. I didn't know how much birds, amazing, and sometimes we don't even pay attention to it. And it gives us a nicer, a fulfill, like background. Like if you're developing something and you just need some extra fill. So there's a book that I read by Frederick Dodson, Dodson, and it's called Parallel Universes of Self. And the foreword's pretty small. Basically states, this book contains advanced viewpoints for the multi-dimensional human. It's us. Being in the 21st century, shared within our mysteries of self and relatively that reality that has not been published on the planet before. What's that mean, right? Like, we're born on this planet, yet we are charged up the wazoo. As such as it is a jewel. If you treat it with consideration and appreciation, it should treat you back with consideration and appreciation. The specific style of teaching or applied philosophy is the abbreviation of RC. It's what we do every day. We manifest every day, and we before we go to bed, we make sure we start feeling that flow state. I could put some channels that I use, music I use to get your day going. Meditation. It all depends on how you're setting up your morning. So if you have a style that works for you, I would love to hear how you do it. Could be a quick list of systems. That's what it is. We wake up every day to brainwash ourselves so that we can be better. We got our airport that we're gonna move. It's gonna go to Prim, north of Prim. There's so much space, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here. It's a brand new day. We're going to talk about new things. I hope you got your coffee. My coffee is Boulong. It's you can get in Puerto Rico, you can get it in New York, you can get it in a lot of places. It's pretty much everywhere. But it is, like a Cuban coffee. Most Puerto Ricans have it. We do have a Puerto Rican coffee, oro, gold. It's really good. I think it was about 3 years ago, went to Puerto Rico, and my cousin Freddie takes us in these wild adventures. He's like, "You hungry?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to eat." He goes, "Come on, follow me." There's this. We're there. We get to rent a car. I have that video, and I shared it with some friends. Oh, I'm gonna edit it. I know I keep saying this stuff, but it's a pretty busy week, and it is what it is. But I'll find a video and I'll put it up for sure. And but Freddie comes and gets us, and he's like, "Hey man, long time." We all get the hugs. We're at the airport in San Juan, and we head out across the island to Aguadilla West to, well, that's where we were staying, but we hang out in a lot of the west side of Puerto Rico. But he comes and tells us, he goes, you want to go for a ride? You hungry? You want to eat? And man, Puerto Rico is, if you have not had an opportunity to visit Puerto Rico, tell me. I will help you. It is amazing. It feels like it does. It is another country. It feels like another country. It's, we don't think the same. We do, but we don't. And we're an hour. This is a small island, but it was like an hour to get there. And going through the jungle and through the mountains and curves and turns. And we get there, and he shows us how beautiful this restaurant is. And we walk in, we grab our meal. And in some places, for lunch and breakfast, lunch, and dinner is pretty much the same. So the way they do it, like most places, they it's like a glass buffet style where we put all the food. You can look and see what you want, and most of them stuff is not really served to order. We make stuff that people want, and we get there. Freddie tells us a great story. I can't remember it now. Very emotional, but we're here. That's what we're here for. We're family. So, my New York family, my friends. Shout out to Utah, my friends in Utah. Shout out to California. Who else? Shout out to my Arizona friends, Chicago friends. I have friends in Texas. I have friends in Florida. Who else do I talk to on the daily? These are my camaraderie, my tribe, my people, family. But the place was amazing. It opened up, and you just saw this beautiful yunque canopy. Misty. It was surreal. If I could find I think I have video, but I had an older cell phone. Not like it wasn't amazing, but it is something I will probably do this year, and I will bring you guys out there. So I opened my book. And I think I'm trying to figure out I don't want to do news, because you know what? The news that happens on the TV, our phones, and however you get your information, it's retarded. And so we're not going to do that. So I'll read my journal and things that help me. And a lot of these videos will sound repetitive, but I try to see how to ad-lib, and these are not scripted. I wake up, and it's almost like when I used to DJ, and I didn't want to play the same stuff. It gets boring after a while. When you're a professional DJ, I've been DJing since I was 13, I think, and it was a good experience, and I am very honored and proud to be working for Sight and Sound in Las Vegas. Jody Harris, Pat, Terrell, Kevin, Heather, my brother will be working soon, starting Saturday, and that's gonna be some fun stuff. So, in my book, this book is the same thing as this one. It is just sketching stuff that I started out. Look at this. What is that? Right? What is that? These are these are things that pop in my brain, and sounds like an invention. That one, that's a real thing, actually. That other one, and these are like schematics for putting solar panel and wiring. This is trying to figure out a corner how I was going to lay out certain wood structures. This was a backyard panel flooring where you could see, 16 feet by 8 feet, 4 panels. It's like pallets, but not pallets. Right? And I said, anything that comes in a book, you got to write in a book. So she writes in the book. So I do care. And, all right, well, that's not the book I want to talk about. But, okay, so when you are, our goal here is to have an amazing morning. What can you be grateful for? You're awake, you're alive, and there's so much you can do. I spoke with a good friend yesterday, and he's probably going to be watching this, and he'll be like, that's me, he's talking about me. Anyways, these like I said, these videos are super new, and bear with me. Watch these videos. You fast forward, you're going to miss something. You know why? Because I miss stuff. Believe it or not, I don't even want to put the date anymore, but there's a little bit for everybody. We're gonna move the airport. It's too loud, and I think people have an opportunity to do things. All right, so when you are in life and you want to manifest things, you know how you have your mental, heart, gut. We align it. We're getting that feeling like if you stub your toe but don't hurt yourself. It's not really. It's an example. When you stub your toe, you feel it, right? It's not enjoyable, but you got a full experience. You're feeling it from all over your body. Breathing. Now, if you can go through your day and remember when something like that ever happened to you, not the toe stubbing, but like something else, like you fall in love, or someone says, oh my God, you want chocolate? I don't know what gets you going, aphrodisiac. But when you have that feeling, I'm going to tell you something here, and I want you to kind of like try it. So basically what you want to do is, I'll use this pencil as an example. You're going to, in the corner, this is your page, right? You got a square, your book. On the you make 4 boxes inside. So now you got your paper, and you got 4 boxes. Top left, you're going to write the word potential. You're going to write potential. And then and that's the top left. And the top right, you're going to write the word action. We're going to go in a circle. So top left, potential. Top right, action. We're going to go down from action on the bottom right, which would be your results, right? And once you have your results, and then the last one, you're going to write the word belief. So let's look at that. We have potential, actions, result, beliefs, and I want you to kind of think in that order. The reality we live in is very unique, and what we're doing here is I'm just trying to give you a new way of thinking. It's a paradigm shift. It's going to start slow. That's why some people get it, some people won't get it. For the people who are getting it, you know what they're going to do? They're going to rewind or go back to all these videos, and you know what they're going to do? They're not going to pay attention to some of the content topics because they're irrelevant. They're filler words. Not filler words, that's a bad example. Filler words are You Googled it, like I told you before, and you've noticed I've done it, which is and we use those words. It's okay. So, why are you here? Why are you here? You are here to share and be a part of something great. So, reasons come first. When you have a reason, the answers come second. How are you going to have answers when you don't even know what you're even looking for, if you're looking for something? So, when you are going to do anything to manifest, and in this book, like in the first forward, RC, reality creation, and I changed the first page, and it says, chapter 1, go for real things, not fake things, not imaginary things, not things that do not exist. Can you create stuff that does not exist? Of course you can. People do it every day. People are manifesting stuff every day. But it's hard when, like this coffee cup, this is amazing. There's a lot of things going on here other than figuring out the consistency on how to make this so it stays, this is soft until they baked it and cooked the ceramic, right? And then they had to artistically add, and it can't come off, right? So there's a lot of things going on here. So for my pottery people, quick shout out, keep great work coming. So we go back to your book that you're gonna get. I know you don't have one now and you're just following along, in your head. But when you have a reason that comes first, you can wake up and you're outside and there's like a mess. It's not, you're like, what the? So that's a reason to do something. So, seeing things as they are. You open the door and there's something on the floor. What is that? See them as they are, not worse than they are. I was talking to Pat the other day. A lot of people have that. When you're talking, breathing, swallowing, spit. Got people who have that, know what I'm talking about. All right, so see things as they are, not worse than they are. And screen time. It is something we should be aware. Clearly mine is getting worse because I'm on my phone sacrificing for you. So when you're seeing things as they are, you're not putting an emotion on it. You're not questioning it. You're just kind of like staring at it. It could be a car. Whose car is this? It's your car. Your car that you've been wanting. So it's yours. So when you see things as they are and not worse than they are, you're just creating a new perspective. Could be a bad thing, but it could be a good thing. Bad thing could be, well, okay, it's bad, so why do I need to learn something about this? And then when you get it, you're like, oh, okay. And 2 would be seeing things better than they are. Seeing things as they are, not as worse as they are, but better as they are. So now we have the box, the potential, action, belief, start. I am sliding. Potential. Why do you have these boxes? Matter of fact, put an arrow from potential to action, from action to result, from result to belief, and belief to back to potential. And then I have start. I put a word start in my belief, right? And I put it there. I don't know why I put it there, but I put it there because I'm a walking contradiction. I believe I put it there is because everyone has a different way of manifesting. And when I manifest, you got to believe it. If you can't believe you can jump 8 feet and jump, and let's say it is 30, 40 feet down. If you don't have the confidence to do that, it ain't going to happen. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to fall, or you're going to hit half of it, or it ain't going to be exactly how you want to be. So you have to create that mindset. So this box should be a thought, categories for you to think. So when you have your potential, maybe that could be your start. You could be walking and you could see a potential. I'm going to potentially drink my coffee. Check that out. I just manifest that. I know it's small, but it's now on my taste buds. My body is doing what it needs to do to throw some caffeine or whatever. Who knows what it is? I'm not a biologist or know any of that stuff. Hey, bird. So we have a tree here that's dying, but there's some mushrooms. I might take a picture, and some guy in the community, you can eat that. That's amazing. I'm not gonna eat that. But we have another one of a seed or something started growing, but it's way too close to the building. So eventually they're gonna cut that out. All right, back to. So you have potential. That could be your start. Maybe potential will be your start because you can see something and then just write something, right? And then if you can take action, you can start seeing the result, and then you'll believe it. Or sometimes people need to believe something for them to start, like me. I used to brainwash myself. I'll believe it when I see it. And then I started seeing it, and then I said, well, I don't need to see it. I can picture it. Some people could walk in at the tail end and see a result and go, wow, that they just pushed right into belief. Someone could see the action and then just jump in because they're just like, what are you doing? We're pushing this over there. For what? Just come with me. I don't have time to talk. And then when the doors open and they see the reveal, they're seeing the result. And then immediately right after the result, they got the belief. Like for me, if you came with me and everything was set up and I was just rolling my, handbag with my book bag, and I'm about to DJ, and you just hear music and you don't know what's happening, and the beat is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the crowd and the bouncers and doors open and walking through the crowd, no one knows nothing yet, and then someone in the distance recognizes, and then the crowd goes wild. I get up there and start, you're off to the side, and you're like, damn, you get paid for this? And I go, yep, that's it. You have the belief. You don't have a belief, you ain't gonna get shit done. You don't get nothing done. It is what it is. So, you just gotta, Martin Luther King said it the best. You wanna do something, you gotta take the first step. You got a staircase. You ain't getting up to the second floor unless you take that first step. So, you have 4 of those things. You can see action. You can see a potential of action. You can see a result potential of action. You can see a belief structure for the potential with action and, previous result. We've been doing a lot of stuff every day. People are doing stuff every day. So if you're doing something that you like and you feel like you're by yourself, that's what the internet's for. That's what people are for. That's when you open your mouth and you ask, hey, I'm doing this, how do I go about it? And here's your potential. You're creating an action with your mouth to get a result. Where do I go? And come to me. I'll tell you where to go. I know exactly where you should go. And if you want to listen to me, great. If you don't want to listen to me, that's okay. Share it to somebody else, and if you listen to them and they listen to what I'm saying and they say, yeah, you do that, then you do it, then bye, whatever. Just figure a way to get it done. So you just got to start. And these are like anchor things, start. And then the second thing is, from that, is you make it a must. You got your potential to the action to the result to create that belief, so make it a must. How do you manifest this morning? How are you watching this video? You woke up, you're making it a routine, you're finding a way to watch these videos. I'm gonna try to see if I can make them consistently on the same time every day. They're not, but I'm starting, and that's it. And I'm making it a must. This morning I had a bad thought, and you know what that thought was? The thought was, I don't really have to make another video today, right? You're not even thinking what you want to say today. See that thinking? My older brother, love him to death. I haven't even said good morning to him. He wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day. He used to tell me all the time, when things are not happening the way you want, stinking thinking. You get bad information in, you're gonna do bad results. It's not gonna be perfect. And once you start and you're determined to make it a must, the most important thing is, and I'll try to read it word for word because sometimes I write a lot of stuff, but the point is some people see me, I'm busy, I work, I help, but some of the stuff is not paid, and you're going to do this for all your life. This is how it is. There are some things you're going to trade that isn't money, and you're going to have to figure that out. You're going to have to figure out what you're worth and make it valuable. And sometimes you're going to have to do the work first before you get your result. You're going to create the action because you see a potential for a trade. You get your results, and then this is where faith come in. They actually do what they say. And I believe the reason why a lot of people are having difficulties is because we're not holding each other accountable, and we don't know how to hold someone accountable without blowing them up or getting in an argument or fighting. So you're going to trade your time. For example, you ain't working, trade your time for something you want to do and get paid for it. It's not the big pay job you want, but you can get paid. For example, I'm not even editing these videos. I'm just uploading them, and I could edit them. I just don't have a corner set up yet. I don't have a lot of things set up yet, but once they're done, it's going to be like night and day. And I think the only frustration that I have been seeing and getting is me trying to just do a simple scrub, slice, text, edit, music, volume, trying to make it work, and something is not connecting. I'm moving a timeline for you editors. You're moving a timeline. You're trying to get audio. The audio is music is louder than your vocals. The background of the video has noise. It sounds louder than a static TV. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not blockbuster. Very amateurish for me. For like, if I have people who've seen my videos and they'll be like, "What are you doing? What is that?" But these are those things. So to kind of finish this off, when you're trading your time for money, you're learning. Trading time for money is learning. Replace is with job. Money, job, learning. It will bring success with you, like a book bag. You just put success in your bag and you're ready to go. This was something. What I'm reading to you in this beginning is basically stuff that I'm watching. Okay, I can't tell you what to do. You want to watch YouTube? You want to do all that stuff? Great, but make me part of your routine. So if you can make me part of your routine, you're bringing me home, and you're bringing me to your home to talk about stuff, and you're creating a routine. So now with the routine being created, you're going to bring sex, I can't even talk, success with you. And what this part I wrote was because when you're in a relationship, to all my families and people, I always say you can't get advice from people who are bad relationships. For example, I can't take relationship advice from people who are single, and yeah, they can give you great advice. I'm not saying they can't, but where they're getting their advice from, YouTube. Like, these are things people have to realize. When you're having a conversation with someone, don't come and think you're not here to save anybody. You think you are, but you're not here. And for people who are listening to this, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to me. Sorry. You're not here to save anybody. You think you are. You're here to just save you. And if people want to follow you and see your examples and all that fun stuff, that's it. If people watch and say, if I do that, then they could be saved. And it's not like savior, like religious. It's thinking different. I used to have a lot of arguments in relationships, and when I realized that my arguments were based off of like the most ridiculous, silly, like, dishes or, chores, you know what, I will have a relationship for the rest of my life. And if that's all my arguments that had passion of, I can't believe you don't want to have the sofa there, beautiful, and it's always in the way. There are things you can do to make things better. So I wrote this down because it made sense to me, and if it makes sense to me, maybe it'll make sense to you. And this was because this is going out to anyone who's in a relationship at least a year. You're with them and you love them, you want to be with them for the rest of your life. These are for people, this is also for people who are getting married. People who get married, you hear all these things, and the success of anything boils down to you. That's it. Forget about your partner, forget about your family, forget about your kids, forget about everybody. You. If you could just find a way to shut your brain from getting yourself in trouble, be like a guy. Just stare at them and just try to figure out what they're saying, and don't yell. There's no point, because we don't get it either. We're just trying to figure it out just like you. So I wrote this down. It is, I do not correct, and I wrote the word wife or partner, because it could be a wife or a partner. But have the confidence. This is the part you guys, a lot of people, it's not narcissistic or anything like that. You just need to have confidence in your voice to say what you got to say. So you have to have the confidence to speak your perspective. And when you are able to just say, look, I see it this way. Sorry I didn't see the dishes. I will work on it. I will make a time or have an alert, or maybe when I'm done what I'm doing, just clean it, which is normally what I do. It's an example. So I do not correct don't correct your partner. If you're going to correct your partner, it might you don't want to be corrected. What if you believe what you're hearing, what you did, and they're trying to correct you? These are, write a note saying why he does that, and just ask, why do you do that? And you're going to get the most ridiculous, truthful result answer. And you have to do one thing. When they're telling you want, why do you do that? Just open your mind and your brain and say, I believe you. I guess that's why you do it. That's it. And when you can have people who are in a relationship for 2 weeks to 90 years or forever, you just got to understand that you can't really correct your partner, especially if you're in a heated debate. Nobody wants to be corrected. I don't. When I was younger, man, When people got in my face, I just stared at them, and I'm listening to them, and my hands are like, what's happening right now? You know, you get the fight or flight, and normally I would fight. I don't know. I always feel like, you know, like there's a pressure, and the pressure starts going up and up and up and up and up, and you're just like, I'm gonna have to knock this dude out. Like, what's happening here? And the sad part sometimes is when those things happen, you're too busy focusing on why you want to hit the person versus what they're saying. So if you can not correct someone you're talking to because they're doing, like, I play Apex once in a blue. I haven't even played this week. I mean, I did, but it's like I got on, I died like super fast, and I just shut it off. I'm like, I'm not even in that mindset because things are going to happen. All right, so once you don't correct your wife, husband, or partner, and you have the confidence to speak your perspective, now you have an opportunity to talk about it and self-correct. Because if they're on your butt, that could be a boundary. Meaning, Joanne, I know you watched this anyway. I will. There was a story, and I'll make it brief, where we were living in North Las Vegas. It was the house where we had all the mirrors in the walls. And I remember I woke up in the morning, we were all just drinking, and I don't know, man. It was late night. I went to sleep, woke up, they were still in the house. We had like 3-4 people playing Xbox. Gears of War. I just got the game, and I haven't played it. I think I played the first part, 20 minutes, beginning, and someone, you know, was like, oh, this is great, and logged in on my account and was at the end. He was playing all night. I don't know what happened. All I knew was like, oh wow, what is that? And he was like, yeah, I'm about to beat this thing, and then I look at the name, because you see these rewards, and I see David R. Kuhn, Kun. I'm like, you're playing my... Anyway, long story short, I can't even remember who it was. Someone in our motorcycle community was there just doing all that fun stuff. And yeah, they they beat the game. And I saw it, and I was like, wow, that sucks. And I don't think I ever played the rest of that game. So to finish off this one page of thought, it's a lot. I got all of this stuff I got from watching YouTube. And for those who watch YouTube and have, you know, a book, you know what? Get a composition. You don't need a sketchbook or these. You just, I mean, I write stuff on here, and it's all relevant to me. These are like channeling, because some of the stuff is weird and it doesn't make sense, but when you combine it with certain things, it starts to make sense. And you know, I wrote on the top of this page because I just needed, it was cheap. I said, oh, let me have one, and I just wrote on the top my thoughts, making my reality today. Word of the day, you know, was my seed nugget. I wrote another one, timestamp. I mean, these are not, I didn't recreate these things. Well, I did, but I didn't invent them. I'm just using them in a different way. And that's what I want you guys to do. So I even write stuff on here for me. I said, don't believe, ? Let me know when you're ready. This is real talk, man. You want to be the best person you want to be, you gotta start with you, and stop putting people on pedestals and great. They're just like you. They can do everything you can do, and you can do everything they can do. The only difference between you and them was time. They had time to focus on what they were doing. So when you're out there trying to make something happen, think about it. Time. Here's a quick exercise for you. Every day, if you put an 18-minute for yourself, block out 18 minutes every day. You got to do it every day. Make it a challenge. 365. right? You got a book. Whoever is awake and ready to do this, this is your challenge. So you write on that clean page 18 minutes every day, right? And in that 18 minutes, you're gonna pick one thing, whatever that is, and it could be something you're working on. Don't make it hard. And that's another thing. If you're making things hard, you think I want to do hard stuff? Nope. I know what hard is, but I break it apart and I figure it out. Sometimes you can ask for help, The point is you got to get yourself on it. So now you got your clean page, you got your one thought or thing you want to learn. You put 18 minutes. That's all you need. Don't do any more than that. This is something you really want to work on that you're procrastinating on, And you have to put 18 minutes. You can't just keep, you can, but you'll burn yourself out. This is for people who are trying to get something done that they can't get it done. And if you can't get to the 18-minute start when you hear that alarm, put a title on the alarm that says start for 1 minute. 1 minute. If you're doing it like me, where you're going to record it, 1 minute. You just sit, you stage your area, you put your camera, you hit record, and then you do it for 18 minutes. And then share it. I wouldn't mind seeing what it is, and maybe I can help. Maybe there's more tech. That's what we're here for. We're all here to learn, And I just want everyone to understand is I make these videos for myself originally, and now I see that I have friends who are encouraging me to keep going and do more, and it will. But, like everything takes time. 20-minute videos I'm making. This one's like already 41 minutes. And have a good morning. My coffee's probably, it's a little cold. But I do it for you guys. I do it for me. I love you guys. I got my Puerto Rican hat. Have you guys seen this style? There's a wallet. It's this same jean style, right? Look at this. You like that? If someone knows where, I know where it is, but I ordered one, and it was not like this is a harder. The other hat, help me out. And there's a wallet. So I have the wallet. It's old, and I think I was swimming in the ocean in Puerto Rico with it. So it is falling apart, and I still keep it. It's in the bottom of my bag. I look at it. It's cute. I like it. I'm not one to throw away things that meant stuff to me. And so have a good morning. The clouds are slowly opening up. The birds are singing. We're awake. We have air in our lungs. We have food, water, hopefully coffee. And have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to see you every day. I should have by the end of this year, let's say I start today, it'll be 365 next year with more other stuff. I have my late night. I have my conspiracies that I keep thinking I'm going to do. And we'll make it work. Enjoy your day. I will.